Titanic is one of the biggest box office hits in history, the most expensive movie of its time that would go on to break all existing box office records, including awards won. But there is a mystery surrounding its production, and to this day it has yet to be solved. That, on the last day of filming in Nova Scotia, someone tried to end everyone's lives. Perhaps for revenge, or in an attempt to ruin the production of this movie. Today, we're going to take a look at the attempt on the production. Who poisoned the food on the set of Titanic? This story begins in 1996. James Cameron would begin filming the most expensive and ambitious project in film history, recreating the sinking of the Titanic. The production would take place in several countries, adding to its massive budget. This had the producers and the investors worried, as they feared they would not get a return on the investment. But it was already too late. The filming of the Titanic could not be stopped. One of the chosen locations for filming was Nova Scotia. There is where the present-day scenes were filmed. The scenes between the elderly Rose and the expedition team exploring the remains of the Titanic. The filming was in August 1996, just before the filming of the large-scale ship. On August 8th at midnight, Titanic producer John Lando, director of photography Caleb Deschanel, actors Bill Paxton and Susie Amos, among others, were getting ready to eat after an exhausting day of filming. The food was provided by a local catering company, which brought an assortment of meals, including a clam chowder. More than 60 people ate the soup, including director James Cameron. Not long after the meal, something strange started to happen. Cameron began to feel a little queasy, nauseous even. Immediately, James Cameron suspected that something was wrong with the food. He left the set and started vomiting. Some of the other 60+ individuals who ate the soup began to experience body numbness, dizziness, difficulty speaking, loss of coordination, sweating, and extreme confusion. Some even exhibited acts of madness. The only people who showed no odd behavior were those who did not eat from the soup, so it was determined that something was wrong with that clam chowder. The victims were immediately transported to the Dartmouth General Hospital in Nova Scotia. Its emergency room quickly filled up with the cast and crew of the movie, some of which didn't even understand what was going on. Those who ate the soup but showed no adverse effects before began to show symptoms at the hospital. James Cameron remembers one of the crew members cutting their face with a pen, sitting down on the floor, bleeding and laughing. Some were either moaning or crying. Others lost their sanity. Various medical examinations concluded that it was not food poisoning, but rather it was the effects of a drug. To be specific, PCP. A drug once used in the USA as pain reliever, but then was recalled due to its side effects. Today, PCP is an illegal substance, so somebody wanted to drug or maybe severely injure the crew members of the movie. So the police quickly began testing the food, and it was confirmed that the clam chowder was spiked with enough PCP to take out a fully grown person. A criminal investigation was opened, but nothing came of it. The catering company and its employees were investigated, but no evidence was found. Not a single suspect. And of course, there are some theories that try to explain what happened. One is that someone from the film crew wanted to prank everybody by drugging them since it was the last day of filming in that country, maybe to have a funny story to share in the future. But the amount of PCP in the soup was really high. Whoever did this wanted to hurt people, so this theory was mostly discarded. Another is one of a disgruntled employee. Much has been said about James Cameron's character, which has been compared by some to be that of a dictator. Perhaps some ex-crew member decided to take vengeance on the director and the production team. Some even believe that it was a rival film company that planned this in order to stop the film's production. Perhaps someone in a position of power at another film studio did not want Titanic to be released. Without a doubt, if James Cameron or anybody involved in the production of the film had died, the story of the movie Titanic would have been much different. It could have affected its box office earnings and not become the highest grossing movie ever for its time. Regardless, the story of the poisoned clam chowder is part of film history, of James Cameron and Titanic. A mystery of one of the most successful films of all time. An enigma that may forever be unsolved. Tell me what you think. Did you know about the poisoned food on the set of Titanic? Could it have been a prank gone wrong? Or was it a bitter employee or a rival studio who did it? Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, assume nothing and question everything.